This is the vlog for February 21st, 2019, and I'm back. Like I said, I feel like these have become a pretty regular part of my life, so I expect that I'll continue to have them every now and again. Maybe not as regularly, maybe only once or twice a week, something like that. Maybe every other day, or maybe every day in a row if some interesting things are happening. We'll see. At the very least, my friends like seeing these things because it gives them a way to sort of figure out what's going on in my life. And now that they're not going to come, all the time, they don't have that sort of pressure to watch them. And I understand that. Like, I have a I have a friend who does YouTube videos, does streaming, and he was super about selling it and trying to get people to watch it. He wanted me to use my Amazon Prime subscription to you subscribe to his Twitch channel and all this stuff. And it was just like, whoa, man, okay, I don't know if I feel like supporting you in this way. But he had need for money. I mean, he had some medical expenses he was trying to pay off. He was doing well at work, but I worry he's going to spread himself too thin. I haven't kept up with him lately, and I don't know what he's doing now. But I also got a call today. A friend of mine, Big Baby B, you know who you are. That's a name I'm not going to explain right here. I leave that to him. He's got a Twitch channel. I'll plug him for what it's worth. The Dead Rissing. Rissing. It's all one word too, so it's The Dead Rissing, no spaces. He was sort of concerned after the last vlog that I did that wrapped up the year-long experiment. And I was I was a little down. Everything comes to an end, and my life hasn't been super spectacular lately. But you take each day as it comes. I applied for another job today. It was beautifully sunny, and it's easier for me to be happy on days where the weather is nice. And it was superb today. I went for a walk down along the lake to the park, and while I was in the park, I passed a woman who was looking up, and I sort of said, "Well, what's up?" She said, "There's a bald eagle perching in the tree above us." And I looked up, and it was sitting there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" She had a big telephoto lens on her camera. She was walking a dog too that looked like it was a pretty relaxed animal to be dragged around for photographing birds. But there was a little flock of ducks in the water right below the tree, and at one point they all sort of scattered, and I was just thinking, oh brother, I don't need to watch that happen. But I finished up my walk around the lake, and as I was walking back to my car along the lake, a fellow who was jogging opposite my direction stopped and looked up, and I sort of paused and was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "There's an eagle flying around up there." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw one down at the park." And he eventually started running, but I turned and looked up. There were 3 bald eagles all flying together. It must have been a little family. And the sky was bright and blue. There were just a few clouds here and there. It was warm. It was so warm when I got back to my car, I had to open the windows up. And I left them cracked open when I went to Whole Foods to pick up some groceries. It's just like, there are down days and there are up days, and today was an up day. Everything felt a little bit better. I didn't feel guilty about sitting around doing nothing. I do need to do more. I need to if I'm not getting a job right now, if I'm not being emailed or called with offers, I need to do whatever I can in the interim while I've still got some savings. And one of those things is I really need to just put my manuscript out and get some beta readers and read some other people's books in return, because that's apparently how the system works on this site that my friend showed me. And I figure once I've got like between 5 and 10 beta readers who've gone through and given me some insight into what I'm doing, areas where I'm weak, find all the spelling errors so I don't look like a chump. Then I can start really like looking for a literary agent to sell the book. It's just, I don't know how long this process is going to be, and I just have to be doing it while I'm looking for work, so that I'm going to see about unemployment. I don't know how it works. I may be eligible for unemployment now. I mean, it's nearly been 4 months, so I'm hoping that, I can get something. Anything is better than nothing at this point. I'm going to run out of money to pay for my health insurance and the rent on that storage unit that I just started renting if I don't do something. So, and that stresses me out, and I worried that I was getting sick last night and this morning. I woke up with a clogged nose, and now I sound like I'm sort of stuffed up again, but you just you do what you can. And I'm doing all right. I don't know. There's times like this when I wish I could do art, because I could do a Patreon where I would just draw for people. And as it stands, I haven't got anything that I can really offer a Patreon supporter that I can think of right now. Unless, well, I've heard that you can't make a living doing writing on Patreon. It's just impossible. But maybe there'd be something I could do with the video logs or making videos of some sort. I don't know. It's just I want a regular job where I can just go in, work my hours, and come home, and I'm not, working odd hours. I can do an unusual shift, but bouncing all over the place is a little more troublesome, even though I've got a pretty wide open schedule right now. Anyway, I'm going to wind myself up, and I need to get ready for bed pretty soon. So I'm Eric Spornitz, and as always, tomorrow will be better.